Yeah, November 27th, 2020, Harare, Avondo. It's raining right now. Now, I recognize as humans we all have our paths, roles, and that to me is just destiny, fate. God gave us free will, the greatest power to choose right and wrong. Now, in clarity, speaking for myself, I think rules exist to monitor how far we go with certain decisions and choices we make and how we exercise our free will. I don't intend for the next statement to be taken religiously because I'm going to be pointing out, judging other people, from choices and stuff like that. So, thing is, it becomes relevant for a third party to speculate and judge you, whereas you stand accountable and responsible because you had a choice to make. What I mean is, a third party is put in a position to be able to judge you because you made a certain choice, a certain decision, which you could have avoided or chose against. You see, you get what I'm trying to say? Like, people are put in a position to judge you, what you chose to do or a certain decision you made because you had the choice not to do it, but you chose to do it and go ahead with it. You see? So, where am I going with this? Why am I talking about free will and choices? There are certain things we do as humans that you just ponder were the measures or actions taken necessary. Cases involving a male and a female. Gender-based violence. I don't condone a man hitting a woman. What's the difference between a storyteller and someone who lived it? This is not gathered information speaking from a perspective and based upon opinions. No. I lived it. First-hand experience, and it's not good. The damage it does, not to those involved in the act, but the ones seeing it, particularly if they are children.
Yeah.
I feel like God spared on me for being a man and having a conscience. Tears to all the women around the world. Not in support, but it appears as if same-sex marriages are more exemplary cause those of the opposite sex just contentious. Listen. Gender-based violence makes women suffer revulsion against marriage. Men obsessed with setting dignity by ensuring a servitude complacency. I bring the Jericho to all the walls of resilience enduring the misery of abusive relationships. Parents, pastors, manufacturing customized gloves for men. Society and cultural dictates employ women to soldier on like we're birthing these girls condemned. Further compounded by how we still view women as property. I'm disgusted many accustomed to certain expectancies is savagery. Women's reference in context is something I tend against. Call me a sellout, I wear it proudly as a feminist. In my mind I make a toast to the 1979 convention. Yeah. Tell me, how do you explain striking a woman? This bestiality rivals our competence or virtues of maturity as men. I'm trying to excel the relative departure of women from men oppression. I acknowledge those women with the resigned attitude who chose to remain docile, compelled by tradition, socialization, and religious ethics. I don't recognize none of your choices. Nah. A human should never be subject matter to their minorities. The portrayal of women as subservient is mother to crimes of passion. Look, brutal verbal injuries, derogatory treatment, the perception of a woman's obedience to her man is flawed. To conform to their non-arable lens, they cheat, they unavailable to their children, most commit homicide, suicide. The aftermath of a man exercising superiority. Shit. I say, the reception of these issues is not enough. Our women still bathing in the fragments of their broken hearts. Patriarchal, aggressive, reluctant, that's for men, chew and spit on their person. Women got so much to give. Tell me, how do we miss the subjection? Tell me, how do we miss that subjection? Shit. Tears are therapeutical to all that they're going through. There's no closure in your manhood. Comfort comes at a lesser degree of effort. My sisters, I bleed with you. Gender-based violence is a chronic disease that needs human treatment. treatment. Shit. Position of power is a parasite that holds abuse. A man's hand ain't meant to leave anything in ruins. God damn it, what's the woman's due respect? Identified by coding vices, survived by shame. There goes my 16 days of protest. I pray your conjugal rights get a long break, or better yet, a reject. Stop gender-based violence.
Now, if it is a family and gender-based violence exists, you need to take responsibility. A lot of things in our contemporary society are psychological, and the kids have nothing whatsoever to do with your quarrel. You'll be destroying them witnessing all that, their mentality. I say this to all the women and children. Speak up. Come out. Where's the justification in protecting someone who isn't protecting your own future? Why keep quiet about what you're going through when someone isn't keeping quiet about what they're going through? Remember what I said about choices and decisions? Free will? Well, life is what you make it. Choices and decisions. For progress, I pray the month of December in particular, January as well, and the year of 2021, we see a decrease in cases of gender-based violence worldwide. So help us God.
HRT Music.